This is Chief, here with another installment of War with a Horde. This week, we are up against Evolution. As you can see, we did a really good job overall. We got all the way up to 3 with trips, and got 2 stars on 1 and 2. Everybody really stepped up this war. But we're going to go straight down here to 9 with the first attack. This is going to be AJ with a Mass Hog. Alright, couple of things here. Normally, you look to make sure you can deal with this king some form of fashion without some hogs. But he's actually going to use a poison to make sure he's not really killing his hogs too much. And he'll be able to get through these defenses before the king takes them all out. And then the hogs will turn straight on that king and get him down. Next thing. Can you pull CC? He's going to also do something a little different with this. We had some weird CC in this war. It's going to be a baby dragon, all archers. But he's going to use a poison in a CC kill after he gets them dragged out. And those archers are going to die almost instantly to that poison. And all he's got left is a baby drag to deal with. Another thing. Normally you try and see if these point defenses are on the outside of the base, not behind any other point defenses. But as you can see right here, you got 2 cannons that are behind other point defenses. So he's going to go surgical up here on these 2 point defenses, but then spam hogs in right down here just to work straight through the center of this base and out. There's no real giant bomb spots, but this is a scouted base, so we know there's going to be 2 straight up top up here. But he's going to start in this base by pulling those traps with just a few hogs. Alright, we'll start this attack. And like I said, he's going to put a giant in to distract this Wizzy Tower, and then drop a few hogs. He was a little late on the hogs, so the giant didn't do too much distraction, but it was a good plan. He gets into this Wizzy Tower, and after that, he gets really lucky and these hogs split and take out both giant bombs. After that, he's already got some of the CC pulled, but he wants to make sure he's got it all out, because anything in the CC is going to really hurt his hogs. Certainly with the king having to be dealt with just a poison. So he gets them pulled up here into the corner, drops the poison. Archers are going to start dying almost instantly, and then like I said, all he's got left is the baby drag to get killed. Gets it done. Goes ahead, starts the surgical after that. 3 hogs on each of these point defenses, and then spams down bottom. Alright, next thing he's going to be doing is making sure he's healing around these Wizzy Towers and Bomber Towers. And you kind of want to heal right on top of the Bomber Tower because of his death damage. So once he gets it taken out, the heal's already there, completely saving all his hogs. He's going to heal right in front of this Wizzy Tower. So as the hogs are working towards it, they're staying healed up. He does a really late poison on that enemy king, so it's able to take a few of his hogs out as he's working across this base. And also forgets the CC hogs, but puts it on the last point defense, gets everything down. The hogs go aggro on this king. That's when he drops the poison. King's not going to do much damage after that. And it's on the cleanup. Great job, AJ. Like I said, the hogs are really good cleanup troops. They're going to go straight over these walls, get anything that these wizards and this king can't get. And it's over. Alright, next attack we're going to be going to is going to be Bryce on number 5. He's going to be bringing an attack that we haven't talked about yet. It's going to be a Govalo. A couple of things you want to look at when it comes to getting a Govalo done is the key thing is going to be these ADs. Can you get all these ADs down? You can't leave an AD standing. If you do, it's just going to kill your balloons, and I mean almost instantly. Next thing you want to look at, can you deal with the CC? This is a tough CC pull, so he's actually going to rely on his Golem and heroes to get this CC down. Third thing is going to be, can you kill this queen? Now it's on the back side of this fight, but because where the ADs are, he really wants to come in on this side. The queen will get dealt with later on in the fight, and he'll make sure it's dealt with before he puts his balloons in. Another huge thing when it comes to these fights that use ground and air, if you don't have a set plan that you know is going to work, it's really tough to go air and ground. The main thing is you're susceptible to every single trap on this base. Normally, you know, say you're going drags, you're only worried about the air bombs. And, you know, going hogs, you're only really worried about the spring traps and the giant bombs. But when you're using both, you are susceptible to every single trap in this base. But Bryce gets it done. This is a really well-known attack in our clan. We very seldomly see it used on us, but it is a great attack. So we'll go ahead and start it here. He's going to start in with a really wide cut. And he actually puts in his cut before his golems because, I mean, they're really not going to be hit by anything as this attack starts. Puts the golem in, actually uses a test wall breaker to make sure there isn't any spring traps or anything that could spring every single one of his his wall breakers. So he gets that in. The wall breaker actually pulls CC. Baby Drag's gonna try and deal with it, but he got too close to the AD, gets killed. So he throws in his king and queen, deals with the CC, starts into this base. And now he wants to use a jump to get into the center of this base to get the rest of the ADs, but he uses it a good bit too late, but that's okay, he gets in there anyways. Getting in here, the Valks go aggro on the queen. He keeps them healed up, so they're going to be standing pretty good. Uses some bowlers down here to get this last AD. The Valks kind of slipped by. But the king gets up here, gets the last AD. The queen's down, the ADs are down. So he's going to start putting his balloons in all the way around this base. Now one of the smart things to do with these balloons, certainly if your Valks aren't pulling any of these defenses anymore, is to try and get to the air defenses first. Being, you know, wizard towers, archer towers. If there is an AD left, you really want to get to it first, but you don't want that to happen because you're very rarely going to be able to get to it and get it down. Gets the last defenses killed. And as you see, I mean, traps just constantly going off on these loons because they aren't getting pulled by anything else. But does a really good job. Gets it done. Gets the trip. Really good job, Bryce. Alright, and we're going to go to our last attack. Alright, this is going to be Cult on 3. We had a really tough time on this base. Normally, I mean, we don't have this rough of a time on these kind of bases, you know, where everything's outside except for the defenses and all the defenses are inside. But there were so many giant bomb spots, we weren't really thinking hogs at first. I mean, we were trying everything from bringing witches up here to the top to cut these outsides, you know, bringing balloons in to cut these extra defenses out here that aren't really guarded by any of the air defenses. But Colt, after watching a couple of our fights, saw that we had pulled a double giant bomb right up here in this corner. So it was almost safe to say that they were going to have the exact same trap set up in this south side. He didn't know it, but we were kind of guessing, and it ends up being right. Alright, so a couple of things with Go-Ho, which is what he's going to be using. With the go-we part of this attack, you want to be able to get rid of this queen. And you also want to be able to pull CC and get them down as well. He has a little slip up at first. He's trying to put Wizzies in, gets hogs in there. So they actually pull the CC, give him a wall breaker fail, but that's just part of, you know, trying to get these bases done. I mean, got a lot of stress on you, certainly after there's been 3 or 4 attacks on the same base and just not getting the job done. But he goes in and does a really good job, gets it down, and gets almost, you know, the win for us. Because, like I said, we had wasted a lot of attacks on this base. So he uses a balloon down here to get rid of the bomber tower. That's huge when it comes to hogs. Like I said, puts in a couple of hogs instead of Wizzies up here, but kind of recovers, gets everything down. I mean, this is a huge cut to try and get in with a go-we. Puts his heroes in, has the wizards, gonna drop the poison there, has the wall breaker fail right there. But the Wizzies, the queen and everything, get straight in there, get the CC down. He drops the jump, trying to lead to that double giant bomb over there. King walks straight in, pulls them both. After he sees that happen, he goes ahead and he'll surgical these hogs all the way around this base. And he's saving a heal for this double giant bomb spot right here in this bottom corner. Gets everything down, heals right over the top of it, and just like we suspected, boom, right there. 2 giant bombs. But having that heal on top of it, I mean, no problem. They just walked right through it. Keeps going up here. He wanted to make sure that he had already planned to heal right here in this corner just in case there weren't any giant bombs where we were thinking they were. But, I mean, it just saves them. They get through all the defenses. Hogs go aggro on the king. Start cleaning up. He's got the queen in here taking down the town hall. And that base is over. Gets the rest of the cleanup. Good job, Colt. Kind of an end to a great war that we had. We had so many decisions when it come to these fights that, I mean, everybody really stepped up, did a really good job. And the other clan just really did not show up. They have their plan in their clan description of what they should do. They like to mirror their first attacks and then work their way from the bottom. Which everybody, you know, every clan has their own way of going through this stuff. We like to just work up from the bottom very beginning. But we have the members in the right time frame that we're able to do that. And, you know, not run out of time before it. But they missed 4 attacks. Had a really rough time on Queen. As you see, there's a no star there. 25%. We think he might have lost connection on that one. But this was another episode of War with the Horde. Like I said, any likes, any comments are appreciated. Certainly subscriptions are appreciated. And we'll see you next week.